Just because there is talk of a slime monster lurking beneath Manhattan does not mean...
Oh, it does. Look, I know Eddie and Venom. They're not what you'd call unsore losers. And we did, kind of bury them under an old bell tower.
Has anyone seen the creature since?
Long gone by the time S.H.I.E.L.D. showed up. They go to ground when you wound their pride. In this case, underground.
Venom on the loose? Licking his wounds?
Now that's a friendly neighborhood problem. So, how about we go solve it?
Do you have a question?
You gotta work on your social cues.
Are you worried that Venom will hold a grudge?
I wouldn't say worried. Come to expect it.
And you still think this is a good idea?
We got all the slime in the world. So, where's our slime monster?
Vampire. Ah, vampires.
Maybe it's the Downtown Express?
Sounds like a lair.
Sounds like...
Still so hungry.
And there is your slime monster.
Time for seconds.
breakfast for dinner, I guess, with a side of vamp over easy.
Not so easy for the vamp.
Oh, gross, Eddie! It's hard to know who to root for in these parasite versus parasite situations.
Parasite?
A demonically possessed symbiote?
With a vampire's bloodlust.
Not good.
Come on, Eddie, don't do this!
They are definitely doing this.
I should have known that thing would crawl back to the sewers once Lilith had no use for it.
Wrong! We have no use for Lilith! We don't need her!
Tell yourself whatever you have to.
Not to interrupt, but have you really been eating those vampires, Eddie?
The rarest meat of all!
So if you are what you eat, what does that make you?
Thirsty!
Try this on for size!
I am impressed. You had your chance to escape.
Good one!
I cannot move.
Take that! be good. Here we go now. Play dead. Coming at you! Oh man, more Hyena incoming! This is low even for you, Eddie. Moping in the sewers, taking down the undead. You're better than this.
We are better! Better than Lilith! Better than you!
I meant more on a personal or even spiritual level, you know?
I know your blood will make us stronger than she ever could!
He has not lost his way with words.
They won't know what hit him.
Well executed. Leave some for the rest of us. Maybe you do not realize the trouble you are in, friend. No mercy for the servants of Lilith! Just like old times.
Thought I'd miss being chased across the city, but this is really getting gross.
Somehow the smell is even worse down here.
He's not eating roses.
You were too weak for this fight.
Okay, that was pretty cool.
Now that was something.
Not to brag, but I feel pretty good right now.
I cannot seem to pierce it.
This one's for you!
Let us see if they have an answer for this.
Here we go!
I saw a move like that once, centuries ago.
I'm going! Remember the old days, Eddie? We had our differences, but were they really as bad as this?
Good or bad, we have had enough of all of you!
I'm really getting through to him today. You know, you're pretty good at this. We're stronger as a team.
You make an excellent partner. Demon energy from every pore!
Don't lose it, pal. Either of you.
He is lost! One mercy remains.
Ah, yes. The elimination of one tormented soul for the good of many. Oh, but humans do love a moral dilemma. The umami of an otherwise flavorless existence.
Mephisto.
Gesundheit. Nice mullet.
Go to hell.
There's nowhere I would rather be, but I've come on business. So let's make a deal.
Is this one of those fiddle at the crossroads scenarios, or...
No deal.
My terms are as follows. I spare Venom. I cure the symbiote of Lilith's demonic touch. I end the blood fever he's given himself, gorging on curdled vampire bile. I retch a little thinking of it.
I said, no deal.
All this, and I ask but one inconsequential thing in return. Stop the vampire uprising. The undead are bad for business.
So you cure Eddie, and we keep doing what we've been doing?
Yes. Wipe them out. Remove every trace of their foul scourge from the earth. Then I will cure this pathetic creature forever.
For the last time, no.
Hold up. Give me the fine print.
Nothing much. The usual. If you should fail, you'll discover something far more threatening than the undead, namely yours truly, etc., immortal soul, yada yada.
This is a bad idea.
This or he dies? We don't have much of a choice. I'm in.
Good. Just sign there and there. You may feel a little sting.
Bad food! We will destroy you, bad food!
Go get him, Ed. We should follow.
You do have a vampire war to wage. Oh, and Peter, I'll see you around.
How did he know my... Huh. Of all the surprises we've had so far, that was one of the weirdest. So, that's a truce then, right, Eddie?
We feel like ourselves again. Weaker, but ourselves. We will spare you. For now.
Hey, that's progress.
He didn't threaten to eat you. That is progress.
You! Generous. Now it is! Delicious! You shouldn't have tried us.
Nice! Let's do this! Your time has come!
It is time.
Whoa, I've never seen anything like that! Looks like it's up to me!
This is the worst headache Eddie ever had.
Almost forgot what you were like before Lilith got in your head. I've kind of missed it.
It's your fault, Lilith.
Is that really what you think? I never wanted that. I was trying to keep you from eating my neighbors.
Always following us, stopping us, leaving us hungry.
Well, that is kind of my job.
Your mother abandons you.
Oh, this could be good.
They cannot possibly match your strength.
Prepare to die.
Ooh, I like it.
We pick you.
Ha! I think that's the last of them. And not a moment too soon.
Is that...
Eddie?
Well, this is awkward.
You are the man in the monster?
Something like that.
So, you okay, Eddie?
Blood! It's kidding, little joke. No, I come in peace.
For once.
Really? New kids gotta get in on this too? Hey, by the way, you're killing it out there. Respect.
Thank you. Not my first vampire war.
Eddie, are you yourself again?
Well, you mean, are we ourselves? Yeah, Lilith. She made us a monster. We did awful things. You know that's not who we are, right?
Of course.
So I'm sitting here, well, in there, and thinking... I saw what you did for me. So, how about we put aside all our, you know, personal stuff?
Okay.
No, not forever. Just until this whole messed up vampire situation's figured out. Till all the innocent people are safe. I mean, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Yeah. I don't know.
Works for me.
Shake on it. Oh. Wait a sec. Put her there, partner.
I'm there, partner.
Welcome to the Midnight Suns?
Wow. Is this some kind of monastery?
You guys really put the home in home base. This is an impressive setup.
I hope the accommodations are better than what my mother provided.
Your mother gave me a lot of stuff. Most of it was grief. Thanks again for what you did for me. As if my past wasn't complicated enough, your mother added a fresh pile of regrets.
I took one of my mother's pieces off the board. As long as you play from my side, we have no quarrel.
Makes me sound like a pawn. Good to know where I stand. I need to earn your trust. I get that.
Can I trust you to work with Peter?
Look, Parker and I have a complicated history, but it's water under the bridge. Well, I guess we're still building that bridge. But we have bigger fish to fry. From the bridge. Yeah, but enough about us. Can you trust me after everything that happened? I mean, I kept trying to eat you.
After 300 years, I am not that appetizing.
Wow, yeah. Probably for the best we never found out. So, now that we've cleared the air, I'm a little worried about the deal we made with the devil. That's the first time I've meant it literally.
I agree with you, but Peter made his decision. Our plan was to stop the new breed vampires. Now we can do so with your help.
Maybe. I can't shake the feeling that he traded the devil we know for the devil well, for another devil we know. Why are there so many devils?
If the world ends, we shall never know.
I'm glad you sound confident. The symbiote and I are on the fence. No offense, but I hear there's a gym here, and I'm itching to check it out. I'm gonna do that, unless you need something else?
I would like to get to know you better.
Okay, hit me.
I would like to know more about you.
Really? Like what?
What was your life like before you became Venom?
I was a reporter, and I was pretty good at it. Well, I was okay. Somewhere between okay and pretty good. Had a few wins. Then one major gaffe blew up my whole career.
What happened?
It's a long story. And not my favorite one to tell. Maybe I'll share the details someday. All you need to know is that it nearly ended my career. I still find the occasional reporting gig, but, well, let's just say it's for news sites with stories about how the government buries alien bodies in the desert.
Do they?
Oh, yeah. Just not the kind of aliens these sites talk about.
What drives you to fight for justice?
Plenty of people will tell you I'm no hero. Some of them might be living in the Abbey. But I really do care about doing what's right. I guess you could say I had a tough childhood. Always wished I'd had a strong friend who could save me from the monsters in my life. So I became a monster. To save those too small to fight for themselves. Yeah, they might be afraid of me, but I'll keep them safe.
You seem ruthless for a hero.
Is that a question?
Half the Midnight Suns believe the greater good can sometimes outweigh a single life, but none of them, well...
Eat their enemies?
You could put it that way.
My brand of justice is an acquired taste.
I would like to know more about your symbiote.
Naturally. Go for it.
How did you and the symbiote connect with one another?
I got bitten by a radioactive pool of motor oil.
What?
No, that would have been less traumatic. Truth is, Spider-Man brought the symbiote back from space.
Space?
Be surprised what that kid gets up to. Anyway, Parker found the suit ill-fitting. His loss was my gain. Maybe I'll tell you the story someday.
What are your capabilities on the battlefield?
But without your mom's demonic protein powder, we can still bench press a bus if we need to. We also have limited shape-shifting abilities. Our tendrils are handy when we need to grab something or web someone to a wall. And we can also camouflage ourselves if needed. Don't tell Parker, but he traded down when he went back to those red and blue pajamas.
I noticed that you sometimes refer to yourself as we. Why is that?
Because I'm a king in black.
What does that mean?
It doesn't matter. Truth is, Venom isn't a singular personality. It's a combination of myself and the symbiote. That's why we say we.
Must be strange to have a conversation with the voice inside your head.
Yeah, well, if you thought it was hard fighting vampires, try doing it when your costume is yelling in your ear.
Eddie, can I talk to Venom now?
That's not how it works. I'm not deranged. I just share a body with an alien symbiote. And okay, yeah, that does sound deranged. But it also happens to be true. You want to talk to Venom? You always are, Hunter.
Actually, I have to run.
I'm around if you need me.
I have expertise in the extraordinary, but Venom is unlike anything I've encountered in my travels.
Sometimes Eddie's emotions get...
Did you read today's book?
Of course, but you'll get nothing out of me and...
Coming to book club tonight?
Me.
Looks like we're all here. Grab a seat and let's get started.
I am ready.
The Art of War is one of my favorite books, if not my favorite. Can anyone guess why?
Because it's not just about fighting, it's about how to conduct yourself when in conflict with others?
Carol gets it. For quite a while, all my interactions with people involve some form of conflict.
Interesting.
This book laid things out for me. Helped me understand you don't always smash yourself against a problem face first. You must understand your enemy before you can hope to defeat them. Hunter, you get this more than most. You understood Lilith, which led you to discover her weakness. With that came her defeat.
I lost 300 years to understanding. I would not call that a success.
I would. Your sacrifice, whatever it was, kept the world from plunging into darkness. My point here, until we know what game Lilith is playing, there's no way we can break the rules. That's the only way we win.
So the favorite book of a half-vampire was written by Master's son.
I'm the Daywalker. Of course it is.
Carol, what stood out for you?
The chapter about flexibility in warfare. Yes, it presented distinct situations, but at its core, it promoted a philosophy of adaptability. This is a subtle but key difference from the Kree war manuals I know. Those manuals lay out how to overcome every possible contingency. Because Kree commanders always expect an answer, exceptions can flummox the ones who let the rules think for them.
I have not met a Kree commander, but humans are just as capable of rigid thinking.
Oh, of course. I think that's what the text is working against. The Art of War encourages fluidity of thought. The variations presented in the chapter on flexibility are examples, not rote technique.
And that's how wars are lost.
So I've been dying to know, what is Captain America's favorite part of this book?
After this read, everything he had to say about deception and warfare.
Ooh, explain.
Wait, what used to be your favorite?
Discussions of leadership. There's a lot of good stuff in there. I've long since internalized all that worked for me and examined what didn't. But convincing your enemy that your greatest weakness is your most powerful strength.
Or the opposite, that your strength is a vulnerability?
Exactly. It struck me, especially regarding our conflict with Lilith. So, what's our greatest strength?
Lilith has no allies, just thralls. She is alone in this fight, but we are united.
Are we? The greatest scientific mind I've known, sorry Tony, just defected to her side. What's to stop any of us from doing the same? I don't have an answer to the question I asked, but I plan to do what the art of war suggests. Learn her weakness. Adapt as the conflict evolves. Keep Lilith guessing. And above all, think.
And that'll do it.
Great. So what's our next book?
I told Carol she could pick the next one.
I decided on volume 32 of the Kavat Koth.
The what now?
It's a cross between a legal text, a spaceborne invasion defense manual, and one of those sagas that Thor seems to love.
Okay then.
I promise it's not a heavy read. I thought it would be a good companion to The Art of War.
See you all next time.
I'm nervous about my book. I don't know how much of it will translate. Not the language, the ideas.
It is good to encounter new views. They help you better comprehend your own.
You really connected with The Art of War, huh? I think you'll like my choice. Give it a shot. That's all I ask.
I didn't know what I was getting into when I signed up, but I'm glad we have book club.
I just came for the punch.
It's fantastic punch. I learned how to make it in the war.
It has been around that long? I thought it tasted funny.
Hydra spent the war trying to steal the recipe, but the best they could come up with was the Red Skull Punch.
Wow.
Still got it.
That went better than expected.
Captain Marvel seemed quite impressed with your selection.
No, she didn't. Did she? No, you're just messing with me.
The book she chose? It sounds like the Kree version of the book you chose.
You think so?
I know so.
Huh. That went way better than expected. That's all for now. You taking off or hanging out?
In a
You good?
Hunter, hello.
Do you think Eddie would let me take a selfie with my head in Venom's mouth? Ah, never mind. I'm sure it'll happen naturally.
Hello.
All right. Lilith isn't the only one with monsters on her side.
After what he has endured, we should be sensitive to Eddie's needs.
Lilith's influence is so...
I'm glad you're fitting in. We've heard so many stories about you that we didn't really know what to expect.
What did you hear?
That you were a godlike hero walking the earth, single-handedly holding back the forces of evil.
I was more like a demigod. My only real flaw was mortality.
And to think, I worried it might go to your head. Speaking of which, I'm surprised you and Caretaker keep butting heads. She always spoke of you so fondly.
This is how it always used to be. If you are saying it was different, I was not around for it.
I guess everybody loves you when you're dead. Now that you aren't, The Midnight Suns have all dealt with Caretaker when she's prickly. If you ever need a vent, we get it.
Thanks, Nico.
Of course, what are friends for? I really needed that.
Give me a minute. I need to wash the taste of stale blood out of him.
Peter, are you all right?
Why? Because one of my ex-nemesis now lives in the same building? Do I not look okay? I'm thinking calming thoughts.
You seem very relaxed.
Okay, good.
Which is surprising, because when you sleep tonight, all that separates you from one of your greatest nemeses is a 500-year-old wooden door.
And now I'm anxious.
If it is an issue, we can find him alternative lodging. Perhaps in Limbo?
No. I think this could be a good bonding experience for Eddie and me. Sure, I didn't exactly bond with the symbiote, but you know what I mean.
I will take your word for it.
Anyway, that's not the only reason I'm on edge. Back in the sewer, Mephisto called me by my name. Is that something I need to worry about?
Peter, of course he knows. He is the devil.
Kinda feels like I made a big mistake here. But I'd do it again. Eddie is worth saving.
We shall see.
I was really hoping for something more encouraging, but I guess I can live with cold-eyed pragmatism.
Nice outfit. Better than mine. I always stretch out the neck holes in my shirts. I hope inviting the symbiote into our home doesn't corrupt us. You know, morally. Been there, done that.
the Abbey.
Anything else on your mind?
What does S.H.I.E.L.D. know about Mephisto?
What does an international espionage agency know about the actual devil?
Yes?
Not very much.
That is alarming.
Look, if Satan had a nuke, I could hand you a dossier thicker than your head. But he doesn't, so... Frankly, I should be asking you. What can you tell me about Mephisto?
Well, he is the actual devil.
Which is more than what S.H.I.E.L.D. will ever admit to knowing about Mephisto.
Mephisto detests new breed vampires. Do we know why?
I have no good answer for that. Nothing based on facts. My gut tells me new breed vampires keep him from getting something he wants. As for what that is, you'll have to ask the devil.
What is a hemolisk exactly?
It's an egg sac. But instead of cute baby spiders inside, you find fully formed new breed vampires. With enough time, a single hemolisk could generate an endless number of vampires. So goes the theory.
How does it work?
In a way that defies biology. Strange theorized they are creations of dark magic, and I quote, "perhaps derived from the Darkhold itself." No need to mention I do a killer Stephen Strange impression, especially not to him.
No promises.
See, Hunter, you're so much more than a weapon. You're fun.
I wanted to talk to you about book club.
Oh? Having a good time?
I'm having a great time. Always good to flex the old brain muscles. I need your advice, though.
What kind of advice?
It's about Blade. I get the feeling that all of book club is just his roundabout way of getting to be friends with me. I mean, I'm touched. He seems like a good guy, but shy. So how do I tell him I'm totally cool with being best pals without scaring him off? Got any thoughts?
If you want to be friends with Blade, just tell him.
You really think I should just lay it out there?
You guys can fight hordes of bloodthirsty killers and not bat an eye, but you want to tell another human being that you enjoy their company and you forget how to speak.
Different skill sets, Hunter. But I'm always looking to improve, so thanks. I'm up to the challenge.
I wish I could be more helpful.
Please, you've been more than helpful just listening to me. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go catch up with my reading. I'm a couple of chapters behind.
I can tell.
Watch it. No spoilers. I gotta say, I'm loving our current book.
Set's challenge will be the hardest. Are you ready?
I am ready. Where Wanda failed, I will succeed.
That's my hunter. Good luck, dear.
Ominous indeed.
If you remember from the last trial, I told you that Hippus was consumed by his brother, Set, who absorbed his power. It was this betrayal that showed the Elder Gods, including Pathology, the path towards their own corruption.
Leave some for the rest of us. You are too weak for this fight. You will have to do better than that.
I don't think we'll be seeing any Serpent Men, but in his heyday, Set created his own personal army, much like Lilith and her children. He seemed to have an unusual fascination with Earth's various reptile species.
Now that was something. They cannot possibly match your strength. I saw a move like that once, centuries ago. I can handle it. Your mother abandons you. Let us see if they have an answer for this. You have earned this. Feel my call. Once again, Lilith's servants fall. I am impressed. Your fate is sealed. There was a time when Lilith had the highest of standards for her minions. That time has clearly passed.
If you believe everything an old witch will tell you, when the now corrupt Set descended upon the Earth, he used the prevailing reptiles of the time, dinosaurs, to create his physical form.
Now that was something. Leave some for the rest of us. They cannot possibly match your strength. I will hold the line.
Unfortunately for those lumbering beasts, when Alpha came to destroy Set, the ensuing battle lasted for thousands of years and drove them to extinction alongside their fallen admirer.
The untold price of being favored by the Elder Gods.